Hey everyone, I'm Tom and welcome to the Orange Chronicles, where I chronicle what I have been up to over the past week or so. And let's go ahead and talk about how my reading has been in the past week. And it has been a very up and down reading month, and this week is no exception to that. I am reading a great quality of books. Like the things that I'm reading, I'm really enjoying, and I think they are really well done and are executing very well. Unfortunately, on the quantity side, it is much less than I would like it to be, based on my own self-imposed deadlines and goals that I have for myself, which don't really matter in the end. But that is kind of where I am at with reading. Like I said, some of those are self-imposed. So World's Strongest Man was happening this week. It started on Thursday, and I basically spent all my time listening to it. You can't watch it, unfortunately. The biggest, most well-known strongman competition in the world, you cannot watch live. I don't know. I know in the UK it comes out at Christmas. I don't know when it's going to actually come out for me here in the US. I think it's sometime in the summer that CBS Sports has it, but I spent way too much time listening, watching that. Congratulations to Ray O'Neill on his rookie debut and winning the World's Strongest Man. Huge plot twist if you care about the world of strongmen at all. Crazy stuff has been going on. I won't talk too much about it. I could, if you want to, let me know down in the comments down below or message me on Discord, and we can definitely talk all about World's Strongest Man and strongman in general, because it is definitely something I'm very, very passionate about. And then other things, work related, just very busy, not a lot of time to read. But what have I been reading, even though it hasn't been a whole lot of it? I have been reading The Lonesome Crown by Brian Lee Durfee. I think last week I said I was about at the 50% mark, and now I'm at about the 60, a little bit over the 60% way mark here with The Lonesome Crown. And everything I have said about this book continues to be true, and just it gets better and better as we're going. I'm getting more answers to questions that I have had, and just some of the prophecy things that have been hinted at, or you're not sure they're set up in this book, or in the series, are starting to be slowly answered in this book. There's still a lot that I feel like needs to be done in the last 40%, but I'm here for it. This has been a great time, and I'm very much looking forward to continuing with that. I do have some predictions, but I feel like I can't say them out loud because they're super spoiler. So how can I say these as vaguely as possible? I think we're going to have a few more main characters die. I think we can be vague there. I think who I can't say who. That's just too much of a spoiler. I can't. 3 books in, right? It's too much. So once again, if you want to talk about this book, we can do it down below in the comments. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a few more major characters die. At least 2. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say at least 2. No, 3 more. I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna put the over under at 3 more main characters die, and yeah, that'll be like my one solid prediction, because I'm not actually great at predictions. I do have like ideas of things that are happening and going on here. I think there's going to be some backstabbing. I wish I could say more. I think there's going to be a lot of backstabbing, and some people who think they're working together are very quickly going to not be working together, and it's all going to be just a mess of like who is actually on top, who is the actual ringleader. I have a theory about who this one very prominent character is for the assassins in this story, and I wish I could say what I think that is, but I do have a theory on who that person is, and that's, I think, is as vague as I can be, unfortunately, about the Lonesome Crown. And then the other thing that I have been working on the past week or so, actually longer for both of these, but that is Discovery by J.A.J. Minton over at Talking Story. This book has been really good. I think I said last week that it felt like, and I'm about at the 60% way mark here, and I think at the last time I talked, I was saying that the most 2 sections I read, I found them interesting, but I was like really curious on how things were going to tie in and what was going to happen in the second half of this book. And what I can say so far in the next point of view chapter we are getting, it is a point of view chapter that is working very, very well for me. It is giving me a perspective into this world and the things that are going on in it that I didn't realize I needed or wanted, but man, it is one that I'm very much enjoying. And it's just kind of building out this world even more. And I don't know, it's just exactly what I guess I needed from the story and didn't even know I needed it. So I'm very much enjoying that. And there's some really, something that really just blew me away in this section is there's a young child who's writing like a report. And just like, authors do this, right? Where they change the writing level for who is speaking or anything, but to go from this like very well written book, very polished, like everything you would expect in like a novel from somebody, to then have it, I don't want to say dumbed down, but brought down to the level of this character who is writing a report, and it just felt so authentic and genuine, like of a person that age that is writing the story or the report. And I just thought that was really, I don't know why that stood out to me so much, but like as I was physically reading it, I was just like, wow, this like this one random little section that isn't like a huge deal. It's definitely offering some like lore and perspective of this group of people, but it was just like, wow, that was a neat little writing trick that they did there, where they brought that level down and were able to make me feel like I was actually reading. I wish I could remember exactly what grade they're in, but like it just remembered it was just like it reminded me of my own writing almost, which is maybe tells you a little bit about my writing ability. But that's a little bit of a joke. But yeah, overall, really enjoying this. And my goal is for both of these to finish them this upcoming week. I'm, like I said, behind on my very made up timelines of what I would like to get done. I would like to finish both of these this week, which I think is possible. Being over that 50% of the way mark, and this reads really fast. Like if I just sit down and actually like make time to read this will definitely be done. The Lonesome Crown, it just depends a little bit more on when I have time to listen, because then I would very much like, I think I'm going to go ahead and start Demon Copperhead as soon as I'm done with the Lonesome Crown, and then I will also pick up Mercy Tear of the Fallen by Chance Dillon as soon as I'm done with Discovery, and then once. Yeah, that's my tentative plan there for the reading front. If I can get both of those done sometime this week, it might stretch later into the week than I would like it to, but that is kind of the goal, is to finish both of those and then go from there. Quickly on the manga front, I did not read any manga this week. Like I said, it just kind of was one of those things that got bumped for World's Strongest Man, really. That is all I have done, really. Way too much time into just listening to strongman radio is basically what we ended up calling it. There's a channel who is a pretty big in the strongman world. It's a Big Laws official if you are interested in it. And basically they were there at the World's Strongest Man live streaming, but they can't show any video. So it was really just her kind of commentating what was going on. And that was like as best as we could get. And yeah, spent all my time there. So no manga. I didn't really watch anything else. I think I maybe watched one episode of Jeopardy this week. And the rest was like work, just being busy. I did go to a concert. I guess I should say that. I went to a Bullet for My Valentine concert. That was the headliner. And that's like one of those young adult me bands that, or like not even young adult, like teenage me, like, 2008 or earlier bands for me that was on a bucket list for me to see. And so it was really cool. It was at a smaller amphitheater, so it just felt like I was right there in the action and everything. So that also took away from reading, but that was awesome. That was definitely worth it. So that was kind of my week, a concert, World's Strongest Man, and a little bit of reading with a lot of work. So definitely let me know how yours was down below in the comments. I always like talking to you down there. And like I said, you can always come check out the Discord. There's a couple of us. I think there's 8 of us in there right now. We might be adding some more people as well. So you are always more than welcome to come and message me there as well. I have my own little section if you do want to talk to me. But definitely do let me know how your week was. And remember, read what you want when you want.